condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man will go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queens.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression.
It's me now. You're my truth now. Yeah. I'm here to speak and make it clear. I'm sorry, y'all, for all I've done. But I'm not the only one. In a dark place, I told some lies. But I'm not the only one. We all got secrets under the sun. In the shadows, we played the game. Now I'm standing here taking the blame. A lot of y'all was at the freak off too, so don't put it all on me. That's just the truth. I've been up and down this road trying to find my peace. Confessions of a man without a release. Oh, now, hey. In the mirror, I saw the truth hiding in plain view. I'm coming clean now, this burden to undo. We were all there dancing shadows in the night, acting wrong when we knew what was right. But deep inside, there's more you must see. In this room of mirrors, it's not just me. I walk this path with heavy chains, trying to shed those sins, erase the stains. I've seen the highs and the pushing low, fading in the spotlight. That's how it goes. Now I'm standing here, hard on my sleeve, trying to clear the air, let the demons relieve. Every wrong turn and every mistake led me to this moment, let my soul quake. Plays a part in the shadows deep, lost in the game.
promises to keep.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your Saturday Night Vitamins. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so let's get into it. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr. A Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. All right. And as per usual, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. Hey, Lillian X. All right. G from the land is here. AM, Buckhurst, DC. Desmond's in the house. All right. Let's get into it, Christine. Shout out to everyone in the chat, my loyal royals and my moderators putting in work. I see you, Nandy. Samantha's in the house, Deronda. Okay, so let's get this party started. I know y'all didn't think the Queen was going to take a day off, did you? Is that what y'all thought? I almost did, but it's just too much going on. Marcus says, what up with that girl talking about that Kanye stuff? Okay, we're going to get into that because, first of all, this came out months ago. Why are they bringing this back up again? The lawsuit was filed months ago. Okay, hey, Sandy, Colorado. Okay, Wakik Judah is in the house. All right, so let's get into it. First things first. R. Kelly's daughter came out with some accusations that are supposedly in a new documentary. Now, because it's a documentary, I'm not going to show that clip. But she basically said that R. Kelly assaulted her as well, and that they really fractured her, mentally, and basically saying that that 1 millisecond just really changed everything for her. Now, I actually heard this before some years ago, but it really didn't get much traction. But I do remember hearing that somewhere a few years ago. Now, that all being said, R. Kelly's attorney has come out and spoken on his behalf and said that he denies all of the allegations vehemently. Okay, which is what I would expect him to do. All right, so but we're going to get into it. I'm going to go to that video footage. I am says, I did. I thought you went on vacation. Not yet. Okay, Lillian X said, I knew you was coming, Queen. All right, thank you, beloved. Okay, so let's get into it. I saw a comment. Somebody said something about my locks. I can't find it now, but thank you. All right, thank you. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm going to share the screen. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Let's get into it. And y'all know after we get done with the celebrity gossip, we have got to talk about Barack Obama, okay? Who does he think he is? Now, I went in on him yesterday, but I'm going to have to go in on him again, okay? Because he's doing the most. Okay, here we go. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance.
I am joined now by R. Kelly's attorney, Jennifer Bonjean. Jennifer, thanks so much for being on. I so appreciate this. What is R. Kelly's response to this blockbuster allegation from his daughter?
Mr. Kelly vehemently denies the allegations. These are, frankly, not really new allegations. His ex-wife made a similar allegation, I don't know, 15 or 20 years ago. The allegation was investigated by the Illinois Department of Children and Family Services. He was under criminal investigation at the time. He's probably the most highly investigated individual on the planet when it comes to these types of claims. And the Illinois Department of Family, the DCFS, determined that the allegation was unfounded many years ago. Why it's coming back up, I don't really know the circumstances, but he certainly denies it. And it's our position that if there was any merit to the claims, certainly charges would have been brought. I can assure you prosecutors would have loved to put his daughter on the stand to accuse him in the many prosecutions they indicted him for.
So, Jennifer, I want to give the benefit of the doubt to him. I want to give the benefit of the doubt to her as well. But when you look at the clip in that documentary, she's in tears. And I'm just wondering if you or your client think that she's acting.
It's not how it works, Ashley. There is not only incredible data around false allegations, my own personal 25 years of experience, but also scholarly articles. And we know that sometimes people come to believe things based on having distorted and contaminated memories, particularly children, and this can be done by their mothers. I mean, this is not junk science. This stuff exists. I don't know what her motivation is. I don't know what's going through her brain. What I can tell you is that Mr. Kelly, again, denies the allegation. And, you know, the Cook County State's Attorney's Office back in 2019 literally set up a hotline after the Surviving R. Kelly series came out. And anybody could call with an allegation against Mr. Kelly and have their allegation investigated. And what we learned is that people did not always tell the truth when they called. Not every allegation had merit. And so just because someone says it's true and people cry does not necessarily mean it has merit. Again, I'm not making specific, you know, I don't know what her motivations are, but just because someone cries, I don't can assume they're telling the truth or that they remember accurately.
And I think it's a fair statement. I do want to ask you this, though. It is a very damning statement against a father, and I can only imagine if he's innocent of this, he would be not only devastated but angry. Is there any plan to file a defamation case against her on the part of your client?
He is very upset. He's angry, but of course he loves his children. I mean, you know, we haven't decided what legal action we would take in response to this, but it's not really a conversation. He's mourning right now. And again, he is someone who has been investigated over and over and over again. And we have to pause and wonder, you know, it's not as if, again, this is really a new allegation. And if there was merit to it, why wasn't he prosecuted for it?
Is it on the table? Is a defamation case on the table? Is it something you're discussing with R. Kelly?
I just answered that question. And what I said is I have not spoken to him about what response we will have. So I don't know what you mean by on the table. I don't take actions without speaking to my clients. So I can't answer that question.
That was my question. No, that was my question. Have you spoken with him about that? Because you said you haven't decided on a course of action. And that's why I said, have you spoken to him about this? Is it possible?
We haven't spoken about the legal consequences of the allegation.
Okay, it makes sense. Well, let's catch up again on this. When you've had a chance to speak with your client, I'd like to know, if you're able to, share with us. I'd like to know what his next plan is with regard to all of this. Thanks so much, Jennifer. It's good to see you tonight. I appreciate this.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com.
So she clearly tried to get slick at the mouth with that lady. The lady answered her question, and she's going to ask the question again, just using a few different words. Like, girl, sit down somewhere. That's R. Kelly's attorney. Of course, she's going to defend him, right, wrong, or indifferent. That's her job. That's what she's paid to do. Right? These people are a hot mess. Now, at the end of the day, I don't know if his daughter's saying that or not, if the mother, as they have alleged, has told her, coerced her into saying these things. But the bottom line is, people who do things like that to children, they sometimes do it to their own children. That's not unfathomable. Okay, so, you know, he probably did it. I'm sorry. He probably did it. I don't know if he did or not, but, you know, I'm just saying. And so now I want you all to pay attention, because now they're saying that, in fact, that Diddy case, or the Diddy video where he was whipping on Cassie, they said now that has become the center of his case. Okay, with all of these allegations. And I want you all to pay attention, because who told you that first? Didn't I tell you guys that was going to be the center of the case? That they're going to use that basically to show Diddy as a monster, and that's also going to make it more believable and lend credence to Cassie and all the things that she's alleged. Okay, I just want you all to pay attention. At the end of the day, Jeff ATL said, isn't one of his children transgender? Yes, I do believe so, beloved. I do believe so. Okay, so now let's talk about Kanye and Diddy. Because here's the thing. Why are they bringing these allegations back up on Kanye, throwing him in here with Diddy? We already got this months ago. I already reported on it. So did everyone else. And we already saw the legal documents. Now, why is what is her name? Lauren Pisciata. Why is she back in the headlines? So let's talk about it. Kanye West, S harassment accuser, claims he drugged her at Diddy's studio session. This is old news, TMZ. Why did you bring this back out? Kanye's ex-executive personal assistant is adding to her previous claims about the mogul, claiming not only was she, so she's adding to it. Okay, so let's hear this. Not only was Essie actually harassed by Ye, but she alleges the rapper drugged her at the studio. The session co-hosted by Diddy. Okay, I'm sorry. This too was in the lawsuit. You all don't remember me talking about this in the lawsuit? I'm sorry. She did say that it was Diddy and Kanye. She said that they were both watching her and her manager was with her, remember? And they kept insisting that she drink. She didn't really want to drink, but her manager told her something along the lines of that it might seem like you're insulting them. So she watched her manager take a sip. And then, wait a minute. No. In the lawsuit, she said her manager took a sip, if I'm not mistaken, and then her manager started acting funny. So hold on. Maybe she didn't say she was drugged in the lawsuit. I'll have to go back and see, honey. Don't let me get to lying. Hold on. Now, she says the rapper drugged her at a studio session co-hosted by Diddy. Okay, she filed a lawsuit against Kanye back in June, claiming he fired her after sending vile sexual text messages and videos. Amended the lawsuit with several new claims, including saying that she attended a studio session with a Donda rapper and Diddy. Now, Pisciata says that she and her former artist management client, whose name is not in the lawsuit, were invited to the Ye session that he co-hosted with Diddy. Okay, this is all what we already heard, but let me see where the new stuff comes in, if it does at all. Now, according to the lawsuit, soon after they arrived, drinks were served to her and the others in attendance, followed by an announcement that everybody had to drink if they wanted to stay. Now, LP says that she drank, but after a few small sips of the beverage poured at the direction of Kanye West, aka Ye, by a studio assistant, and then served to her by Kanye West, plaintiff suddenly started to feel disoriented. Pisciata says she woke up the next day, remembered almost nothing of what took place at the alleged studio session, and felt immense shame and embarrassment. LP says years later, while working with Kanye, she claims West brought up the night in question, saying that they did hook up, and proceeding to provide further details of the alleged incident. Okay, y'all know what this sounds like. Before Kanye allegedly provided those details, Lauren said she thought she simply got roofied and embarrassed herself at the function. Okay, here's the thing. Now it's all coming back to me. Because in the lawsuit, she said that her manager drank something. Isn't that what she said? And that she tried to get away from Kanye and Diddy and they were pulling on her clothes and stuff. That's what she's saying. But she didn't say, I don't recall her saying that she had anything to drink. But I do recall telling you guys that from the sounds of it and even from the text messages that she included in the lawsuit, that it sounds and looks to me like she had sexual relations with Kanye. I said, because why would Kanye and Bianca be so, open and just so blatantly, about asking her to join them in a threesome? I said, it seems like she already had something going on with him before. And also because of the things that he was saying to her in those text messages, just led me to think that. Do you all remember, or do I need to pull that video up? Because here's the thing. Now what it seems like to me is that she's saying that she was drugged and then saying that Kanye admitted that they had something going on. So that will explain why she had relations with him. That's what that sounds like to me. What do y'all think? What do you all think? Shirley said, oh my God, it's the same playbook on every Black celebrity man. Yes, it is. Okay, it is. Hold on. I'm going to have to find that video. We got to get to the bottom of it. Okay. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Okay. Let me finish this article. Then I'm going to dig up those receipts. Okay. So anyway, goes on to say, that she says Kanye told her about it. She claims West brought up the night in question, saying they did hook up, and proceeding to provide further details of the alleged incident. Before Kanye allegedly provided those details, Lauren says she thought she simply got roofied and embarrassed herself at a work function. Now, as we told you, TMZ says, Lauren was already suing Kanye for allegedly sending her dirty text messages, and which she claims he wrote things like, see, my problem is I be wanting to F, but after I F, I want a girl to tell me how hard they've been effed with while I'm effing them. Y'all remember all of this foolishness. I'm going to skip past all of that because it's graphic language. Now, Pisciata also claims that Kanye would choke his chicken or massage his cucumber while he was on the phone with her, and he allegedly fixated on the size of the cucumbers of her boyfriends. Diddy was arrested last month and charged with how does it go from this to that? Okay, anyway, Diddy was arrested last month and charged with racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking. Okay, anyway, skip past all of that. Now, goes on to say that Lauren is claiming Kanye drugged her at the studio session co-hosted by Diddy. She's not accusing Diddy of any alleged wrongdoing. We've reached out to Diddy's team and Kanye's team, and so far, no word back. Okay. This is all real crazy. Hold on. I got to get to the bottom of it. Let me pull up those receipts from that lawsuit. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. And while I'm doing that, you all take a listen to this word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes. Thank
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
All right, so you can purchase your 12 Tribes at Etsy.com. Look for Lisa Crafts, and also you can find it at Walmart.com. Okay, so now let's just go back over this lawsuit. I'm going to pull it up on the screen. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. We got to figure this all out because is she adding something just to make it look good for herself, or what's really going on here? I just have questions. Okay? So let's get into it. Likes up, everyone. Please don't forget to like and share. All right, I'm not going to read this entire thing. How many pages is this lawsuit? Okay. Let's go to the factual causes of action. Plaintiff has worked in the music industry for approximately 15 years. She has successfully held positions in and as artist management and representation, A&R, marketing consultant, and project management. Due to her professional success, plaintiff had occasions to interact professionally with many artists, including without limitation defendant Kanye West, aka Ye, and plaintiff creatively collaborated with defendant or on Yeezy season 1 women's fashion. Okay, I'm going to skip down some. Okay, so and you know what? Let me tell you all something. This is the thing. This is what really made me think that Kanye had relations with her because in the lawsuit it said something about him boasting about having a relationship with her. Now, okay, so in reliance upon defendants' representations, plaintiff accepted the annual salary and she agreed to work for defendants as their executive assistant, executive/personal assistant, and began doing so as a full-time employee. At all relevant times, Kanye West, aka Ye, was aware that plaintiff maintained a strong social media presence comprised of her Instagram and an OnlyFans accounts, the latter of which was run entirely by an independent management company, and he did not have any issue or objection to it. To the contrary, defendant Kanye West, aka Ye, often boasted to friends and colleagues that plaintiff was an OnlyFans superstar. Plaintiff's social media presence included, but was not limited to Instagram and OnlyFans and content of, among other things, professional bikini and lingerie photographs. Okay, let's get past all of this. Let's get to the allegations. Meanwhile, commencing almost immediately, defendants Kanye West, aka Ye, an individual Yeezy, then it lists all of his businesses, says, based on plaintiff's sex, including harassment and violation. Okay, skip past that. Now, moreover, and by way of example, only and not at all intended to be inclusive of all acts of S harassment, the following are only some of the specific non-consensual, offensive, unwanted, unsolicited, unwelcome, and unlawful acts. Okay, so she has all the text messages in here, which I'm not going to read those because we already went through them. Now, this text is especially offensive since it suggested or insinuated that plaintiff wanted to have relations with defendant, and also actually had intercourse with defendant, when in fact she did not want to do so and never indeed did so. Now, listen to this. Something is not adding up. Now, let me read that again. This text was especially offensive since it suggested or insinuated that plaintiff wanted to have relations with defendant, and 2, actually had sexual intercourse with defendant, when in fact she did not want to do so and never did so. So in here, she's saying that she never had relations with him. Now, I find it interesting that she's now coming back and saying that he told her that they did, because why wouldn't that have been included in here? Let me go back through some of these texts. I'm going to start right here. Kanye, aka West, sent plaintiff the following offensive text. Here's what he wrote. I have a serious question. Be honest with me. Is my D racist? It is. This effing racist D of mine, I'm going to beat this effing racist D for being effing racist. I'm going to stare at pictures of white women with black aces and beat the ish out of my racist D. This racist needs to be beaten till it can't be racist no more. This all sounds ridiculous, but let me continue. This ain't right, bro. After 400 years, we still at this point, the richest black man ever, beating the ish out of his big black. Okay. Now, then it says Kanye West, aka Ye, sent plaintiff the following offensive text. And here's what he said. I was just thinking back to the bowling alley, thinking of what the headline could have been. Ye arrested for effing the ish out of his assistant on the bowling alley floor. Now, that's when it says this text was especially offensive since it suggested or insinuated that plaintiff wanted to have relations with defendant and actually had intercourse with defendant, when in fact she did not want to do so and never did so. Then it says Kanye West, aka Ye, sent plaintiff a lengthy text with explicit details of his sexual encounter with a model. This text was likewise especially offensive as Kanye West, aka Ye, closed the text with, I did think about the plaintiff when I came though. All right. So now she's saying that Ye told her that they did something. So here's the thing. I'm just going to stop it right there because I'm not going to read all this stuff. But here's the thing, though. If Kanye West had already told her this, why didn't she say that in the initial lawsuit filing? That would have been one of the first things I said. And also, why would she continue working for him? She said that she thought she got roofied and embarrassed herself at a business or work function. Why would you continue working for somebody who allegedly told you that they did that to you? You see how that's not making any sense? And in this lawsuit filing, she says that he wanted to, but she didn't want to and did not. So now she comes back and says that he told her this. Now, he had to have told her this prior to this lawsuit because I'm sure he hasn't spoken to her after the fact to tell her that. Lillian said, why would he put all that incriminating evidence in the text? Okay? Like, this is all crazy. Now, the stuff in the text, really, he wouldn't have thought it was incriminating. Because here's the thing. Remember, I told you guys at the time I reported on it initially that she put what he said in the text. She never put her replies and responses. So what was she saying to him? Because remember, I told you guys, for him to keep sending her repetitively all those different texts about sex, she had to have been responding in some type of way to make him feel that it was okay, that it's cool to talk to me like that. Because I'm telling you right now, if somebody was sending me some stuff like that and I didn't want them to, I'm going to shut it down real quick. You're not going to keep sending me this, okay? All right, that's what you're not going to do. But she kept receiving those text messages, and we don't have any proof in the lawsuit filings of what she said in response. See, this is why I'm curious about her story. This is why I have questions, because she said that he was saying all this stuff, but why did he keep saying all of this stuff, lady? And you didn't shut him down? Why did you even continue interacting with him on the phone? If you didn't like it, you could have blocked him. You could have blocked him. Even if he's your boss, you could have still blocked him. Okay? You could have told him, listen, first of all, she should have put him in check. All right? She should have put him in check. Because I'm going to tell you something. Somebody tried something like that with me at work one time. And I know I told you guys this. I filed a lawsuit against them for sexual harassment. Okay, remember I told you guys that? And I shut it down real quick because as soon as he said something to me out of the way, I called him outside to speak to him privately because there was another person there when he said it. And I called him outside and he said it as he was joking. I told him, I said, look, you don't know me like that. Don't you ever in your life disrespect me or say anything like that to me. And he's like, whoa, I'm just joking. I said, you don't play with me. That's what I told him. You don't play with me. And then he was like, well, I'm sorry. He was like, I didn't know you had so much morals. Yeah. And so then not only did I check him, but I wrote a personal statement and sent it to the higher ups, the VP and the president of the company. That's what I did. And then I ended up filing a lawsuit because they fired me for reporting him. So that all being said, if you really don't want someone saying something like that to you, it's not about keeping your job at the end of the day. I mean, either you're going to stay there and keep your job and just be harassed continuously and not do anything about it, or you're going to quit or just say something about it and go find another job. I don't believe all of this. This really sounds suspect to me, especially me being someone who was as harassed at a job. So I'm sorry, ma'am, not believing this story. Not believing the story. And also, hold on. And then, like I said, she's sitting there saying that Kanye wanted to have relations with her. But she also said in that lawsuit that he said that he had relations with her, if I'm not mistaken. So why would he say that? Remember, I told you guys, I said, why would he say that if he didn't do it? So I think they were messing around. That's what I think. I think they were messing around and she got upset because Kanye wouldn't give her the money that she wanted. That's just my opinion. Okay, that's just my opinion. I think they had something going, and that's why he felt comfortable sending her that kind of stuff. Okay, that he's sending her those text messages and stuff at the end of the day. And I mean, after all, she is an OnlyFans model. I'm sorry. Okay, at the end of the day, she's an OnlyFans model. So let's not act like she's all full of moral fortitude. Just saying. Okay, so I don't believe it. I don't believe her. At the end of the day, this is all sounding real sketchy to me. Okay, but so anyway, but let's talk about Julia Fox because Julia Fox had some things to say about Kanye. She said that basically, she felt like Kanye weaponized her against his ex, Kim Kardashian. She says, I felt like a puppet. I thought ultimately I'd be helping a precarious situation, but I learned very quickly that I was being weaponized. Julia Fox is speaking out about her short romance with Kanye West. Okay, now the Uncut Gems actress, now 33, said in an interview with the Los Angeles Times about her book Down the Drain that she initially thought her relationship with the rapper and fashion mogul could be something real. She says, I really understood him on a visceral level. Okay, adding that she thought ultimately I'd be helping a precarious situation when it came to his dynamic with his ex, Kim Kardashian. But I learned very quickly that I was only being weaponized. I just felt like his little puppet. And a rep for Kanye West did not immediately respond to requests for comments. Now, the actress and model has said that she touches on her relationship with West lightly in the book. Okay, but told the Times that I'm not signing an F and NDA just on principle. I never have and I never will. And then she added, unless it's a professional opportunity, then sure. Now, as far as how their romance may have affected Fox's career, she said she knows for a fact that I've been up for certain things and couldn't do it because of dating Kanye. It's kind of wild. It really wasn't that big of a deal, but other people made it such a big deal. Now, Fox also spoke to Rolling Stone about her time with West, saying that the weaponizing aspect is why the relationship only lasted a month. Girl, your relationship with him lasted a month and you put him in your book, like sit down somewhere. Clearly a clout chase. Additionally, the No Sudden Move actress writes in her memoir, per Rolling Stone, that the date between her and West, that she previously described in an interview in a magazine, was largely fictional and written at his team's behest. Okay. Calling it a red flag. She says, when I realized what was happening, I was like, I don't want to be a part of this, but you're still dating him for a month? Yeah, okay. Fox has a 2-year-old son named Valentino. Also admitted that she probably would have stuck it out longer if she wasn't a mom, noting earlier in the interview that she made a lot of money during her relationship with West. Saying, if I was still that version of myself, I would have probably just been like, it's a good opportunity. Just do it. Now I'm a mom. I have a higher moral standard for myself. Okay, lady. All right. Anyway, this is just all a bunch of BS to me. I'm not believing it. You see, here's the thing. Here's how I feel about this. We already know that a certain group of people want to take Kanye West down because Kanye was running his mouth and being so vocal about certain things, okay, and telling the truth about certain things. And some people don't like that. So clearly there's a target on Kanye's back as far as I'm concerned. So with that being said, I'm going to proceed with caution, okay? I'm not going to sit up here and say that I believe this stuff because, first of all, it just seems sketchy. Okay, it just seems sketchy. Ollie Hammond says, damn, you are just beautiful. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate your kind words. Peace, love, and blessings. Okay, so this is all crazy. With that being said, so, hold on. Now we got to get into Nick Cannon because Nick Cannon came out and said that he was at those Diddy parties. GK says, please stop harassing people at work. It's wrong. Absolutely, it is. Okay. But you know, some of these people, they just don't care. Nick Cannon says, I partied with Diddy when I was just 16. Star shocks with wild admission. So Nick Cannon has just made a shocking revelation. Now, this is TMZ. Okay. Nick Cannon just made a shocking revelation. He was just 16 years old when he went to his first notorious Diddy party, but he assures that nothing happened. Now 44, the film and TV star made the eyebrow-raising announcement while chopping it up this week on The Breakfast Club when the topic of Diddy came up. Goes on to say that NC and Lauren LaRosa both mentioned that they had been to a Diddy party, now once the hottest ticket in town, and now infamous amid the mogul's mounting legal troubles, but each said nothing nefarious happened. Listen, I'm just going to tell y'all, isn't that what everybody says? Doesn't everyone that admits they went to a Diddy party, including me, say that we didn't do anything nefarious? I told you guys I didn't even go anywhere near Diddy, and I didn't. Okay? I absolutely didn't. And we left early, so please miss me with it. But anyway, as TMZ reported this week, Diddy is awaiting his trial, now set for May, with the hip-hop superstar facing a slew of federal charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. Okay, let me just tell y'all something. That just made me think about something. That just made me think about something. Now, you know when they put out that 1-800 number, call if you've been harassed by Diddy or assaulted by Diddy, just think about it. Anybody who ever was in a room with Diddy could just make up a lie. Now, I'm not saying that these people are lying. Some of them are clearly lying. That's just my opinion. Some of these people are telling the truth, but some of these people are clearly lying. It's the whole cloud chase is all I'm saying. It's the whole cloud chase is all I'm saying. King Kong said, you can come over anytime, my beautiful queen. First of all, thank you, but I have questions because not that your name is King Combs. This is so hilarious. TC Dan says, now you know you've effed up if you have your own hotline, okay? Queen Sam said, I think I was in the same county as him one time. No, seriously, think about it. Think about anybody who was at a Diddy party or just anywhere in the studio with him or anywhere. They could just come out and say stuff because at this point, it's so many people saying stuff. Who knows who to believe is all I'm saying. But hold on, let's get back to Nick Cannon. So goes on to say that, where was I at? Okay, so she said nothing nefarious occurred. That's Lauren LaRosa. Okay, now DJ Envy and Charlamagne the God or the Devil were both blown away that he was so young. But NC said that Nick Cannon, I'm sorry, they're calling Nick Cannon NC. Okay, so Nick Cannon said that he was being honest because he had nothing to hide and nothing happened other than him dancing his ace off. Now he says, they say as TMZ reported last week, Diddy is awaiting trial. Okay, we know about all that. And he filed an appeal and got denied. So, but here's the thing. Nick Cannon also said that the people that aren't saying anything, they're probably not saying anything because something likely happened. Okay, even though nothing happened with him, something happened likely with them, and that's why they're being quiet. But I also want to bring this out. So Charlamagne the Devil and DJ Envy acted like they're shocked that Nick Cannon was at a Diddy party when he was 16. Why are they shocked? Because didn't Diddy say that he and Usher, when Usher was 10 and he was a little bit older, they were wrestling over cornflakes? Didn't we see him with Justin Bieber when Bieber was 15? So I'm sorry, why would they be shocked? You see how they just put on airs and act like everything has such shock value when clearly they already know what time it is, okay? They already know what time it is. And quite frankly, they may have been to Diddy parties themselves. You see, I have questions. It's all I'm saying. I have questions. Now, with that all being said, let's get into why I really started this live. Let's get into why I really started this live because this ain't about Diddy, Kanye, Nick Cannon. Okay, no. This is R. Kelly. This is about Barack Obama trying to go in on black men, trying to lecture and check black men because they don't want to vote for Kamala Kabami Harris. Okay, I want y'all to pay attention. First of all, who does Barack think he is? All right, he didn't do anything for black people. He didn't do anything for black people. We're supposed to listen to him. You see, here's what it is. The Democrats or the Democrats, they got Barry to come out here and try to put black men in check. You go talk to them because these ninjas are tripping. That's what they told him. Go talk to them and let them know that Trump is racist and that Kabami went to school with them. She's just like them. You got to make them relate to her. Now, we don't relate to her. He got up there talking about she went to school with us and this and that. She went to school with who? First of all, she went to school in Canada, so miss me with it. And she went to an HBCU because why? Why do the rest of these Indians who try to act like they're black? Remember the one who's related to her who said her cousin or somebody said that he faked it like he was black? Why would you do it? Okay, they have reasons for doing this. And so does she. All right, so let's get into it. Because she could miss me with it. Let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Okay, so let's talk about how Barack Obama is just trying to. They said Obama rips Trump, chides black men over excuses. First of all, here's the thing. I never like when anybody tries to ever accuse me of making an excuse for something because I'm an adult. I don't have to make an excuse for anything I do. And that's what Obama needs to realize. These black men don't have to make excuses if they don't want to vote for her. They don't have to vote for her, period. But he's saying that, oh, it seems like y'all don't want to have a woman in power. That's not what it is. They don't want that woman in power. Okay, so let's get into it. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. I'm going to share my screen. She done lost his mind.
Ahead and just speak some truths, if you don't mind. Because my understanding, based on reports I'm getting from campaigns and communities, is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second,
First of all, he said he doesn't see the same energy. And then he says it's more pronounced with the brothers. I'm sorry. Look at how they're looking at him. First of all, it's more pronounced with the brothers. Like he really relates to the average everyday black man. Okay, but let's continue.
I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences, who's had to work harder and do more and overcome and achieves.
Sorry, I just wanted to point this out before I forget. Do you all notice how these people, Barack Obama and Kabami Harris, they're trying to get her to be the president, trying to pass her off as being black and all of that. But at the end of the day, who's her husband? Who is her husband, right? Now, I'm trying to say this carefully, but I just want you all to think about the fact that Kamala's husband belongs to the same people that Barack belongs to. Okay? You all do know that, right? Wasn't Barack's mother the same type of person as Kabami's husband? Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was. So just please pay attention. All I'm saying is who's really controlling the strings?
The second highest office in the land, and is putting forward concrete proposals to directly address the things that are vital in our neighborhoods and our communities, from housing to making sure that our mothers and our fathers and our grandparents can afford medicine, and making sure that we are dealing with prices that are too high and rents that are too high, and are committed to making sure that we maintain the Affordable Care Act, so everybody's got health care, and cares about things like education and entrepreneurship in our neighborhoods. And that's on one side. And on the other side, you have someone who has consistently shown disregard, not just for the communities, but for you as a person. And you're thinking about sitting out? But, you know, because of Pookie might be. And you're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that. Because part of it makes me think, and I'm speaking to men directly, part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that. And I think anybody you are talking to in a barbershop, anybody you are talking to in your house, in your family, at church, who is coming with that kind of attitude, I think you have to ask them, well, how can that be? Because the women in our lives have been getting our backs this entire time.
It's not making a good point because here's the thing. First of all, this is all cap. Okay, this is all cap. And you know how you know that? It's because, first of all, it doesn't have anything to do with them not wanting to vote for a woman. Because in 2016, black men voted for Hillary Clinton. More black men voted for Hillary Clinton than they voted for Donald Trump. So it don't have anything to do with misogyny. It doesn't have anything to do with them not wanting a woman to be in power. They don't want that woman to be in power. Okay? They don't want that woman to be in power because I'm sure that most black men voted for Hillary over Trump in 2016. So this is a straw argument. At the end of the day, there you go. TC Dan said, yes, Hillary won by the popular vote. Exactly. Exactly. So, with that all being said, Barack Obama, please sit your arse down somewhere and look at how he's talking to them. Now, you see, look at his body language. Okay, I want you all to pay attention. The way he's talking to them, standing in the center, so all eyes are on him, sitting there using his hand gestures, speaking very slowly and directly. This is all by design. Okay, he's been very condescending. He's giving them a whole lecture. He's not having a conversation with them because he's not allowing them to interact. He's talking down to them. And then he tells them that you're making excuses. I'm starting to think that you're making excuses because it's starting to feel to me like you just don't want a woman in charge. So you're coming up with all these other excuses. No, they don't have to come up with excuses. If they don't want to vote for her, they don't have to. And who are you to tell them that they need to make up excuses? And who is he to tell them that they're being misogynistic? Because that's what he's really saying. That's what he's really saying. And also that body language that he's using, let me just tell you all this. That's one of the things they taught us in school for criminal justice. You see, what he's doing is that body language that he's using gives off the air of authority and can be intimidating for some people, especially if the people are sitting down and you're standing over them or in front of them. Okay, and talking to them in a condescending tone. That's how that works. He needs to sit down somewhere. That's a tactic that the police even use during interrogation. They'll stand over the person sometimes. Okay, TC Dan says, Queen, I think he made those statements more so for the people watching than the ones in the room. He knows he's being recorded. He's not stupid. Of course he did. Of course he did. That's exactly why he did it, beloved. Absolutely. No doubt about it. Okay, thank you for your insight into the topic and your donation to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings. That's exactly why he did it. Okay? Thank you, Courtney J, for your contribution to the channel, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings to you. He needs to sit down somewhere. But I tell you what, I'm going to let you guys hear what black men had to say in response to his bullshit. But let's let him finish.
They've been raising us and working and having our backs. And when we get in trouble and the system's not working for us, they're the ones who are out there marching and protesting. And so now you're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you because you think that's a sign of strength, because that's what being a man is, putting women down. That's not acceptable. That's not it. This shouldn't even be a question.
Today, I am giving you 3 reasons why Telemobile might be the perfect carrier for you and your next cell phone plan. I'm sure you just got this live now.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. They said Senator J.D. Vance is holding a rally. Hold on. Let me see when this is from. Lights up, everyone, please like and share. Okay, so this is from 5 hours ago. So let's hear what he's talking about, okay? Because all these people are just crazy as far as I'm concerned. We're going to get into what the black man had to say about Barack Obama, though, because they let him have the business.
Where are you, Carla? Stand up and say hello. Where's Carla? She's somewhere. Maybe she's backstage. Anyway, we got the great Carla Sands here and appreciate her being here. We've got Congressman John Joyce. John, where are you? Thank you, man. We're in John's district, and he told me that we're going to get the votes we need in this district to win the state of Pennsylvania. So, John, I'm going to hold you to that. We've got Congressman Guy Reschenthaler. Where's Guy at? Thank you, Guy. Appreciate it. I met Guy's parents, great people. Thank you all for being here. And then finally, we got Congressman GT USA.com. That's Swamp the Vote. Fired. We hired Donald J. Trump to be our president. Now, you all probably have noticed, that Kamala Harris has been doing some more interviews lately. You notice that? She went from doing like 0 interviews to doing 4 or 5. Now, the problem is that they're not tough interviews, right? She's going on The View. She's going to friendly outlets to do these interviews because, of course, she can't stand up to the scrutiny of a tough interview.
Okay, he's absolutely not lying about that because I told you all that myself. Hold on, let me get these super chats. Courtney J says, "Hey Queen, I had a message, but they think we are stupid, but we aren't with the BS anymore." Exactly, beloved, we're not because Black people are slowly but surely waking up to the Democrats' BS. Okay, that's what more people are doing. Now, some of us have been awakened to the fraud. Okay, they need to sit down somewhere. All right, so thank you for your insight into the topic and your contribution, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings. Desmond says, "We don't mess with dusty knees." Not dusty knees. Okay, because we already know what Kabami was doing to get where she's at. But let's continue.
So she's doing all these softball interviews instead. Now, my friends, the problem with a softball interview is that you still have to be able to hit a softball. And as we've learned from Kamala Harris over the last couple of days, she can't even do that. And, you know, if you notice, there are a lot of folks, not just me, not just the president, but a lot of our campaign staff, and we're feeling pretty excited about this campaign right now. And in part, it's just we're getting down to the final stretch. In part, it's because we feel the momentum of Pennsylvania and some of the other critical states. But you know, in big part, it's that every time Kamala Harris opens her mouth, we gain about 100,000 votes. And we don't have a TV in here. Well, I guess we got this one, but I should have queued it up beforehand. So I'm going to have to remember off the top of my head what Kamala Harris, she said earlier in this week. She had an interview with The View. Have you seen this interview? A few of you had. A few of you decided not to have the nightmare fuel of watching Kamala Harris on The View, so you skipped it. But I do these things. This is the way that I sacrifice as the person who wants to be your vice president. I watched her interview. Now, we got to remember that Kamala Harris, her entire argument for her campaign is that she's not going to be like Joe Biden. In fact, you would be forgiven for listening to her and thinking that Kamala Harris had never even met Joe Biden, despite the fact that she's been his vice president the entire time in office. And of course, we know she cast the deciding vote on trillions of dollars in new spending because the vice president often has to cast these tie-breaking votes. She bragged about being the last person in the room during the disastrous Afghanistan withdrawal. She bragged about undoing Donald Trump's wildly successful border policies and opening the American southern border. So now she wants to run away from that stuff. So she'll stand up at her rallies and she'll say something like, well, on day one, we're going to tackle the affordability crisis affecting Pennsylvania families. Or on day one, we're going to get serious about that southern border. And anybody with a lick of common sense is saying, Kamala, day one was 1,400 days ago. What the hell have you been doing that whole time? Stop talking about doing your job and actually go and do it.
Now, he's not lying. That's exactly what happened, okay? I'm going to stop right there. But see, here's the thing. Let's get into what these Black men are saying about Obama. But before I do, I want to show you all this video of Kamala. I have a video of Kamala washing her greens. I got footage of Kamala washing her greens in the tub. Please pay attention. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Now, I'm going to put an overlay on here because I don't have permission to use it, but shout out to this young man for showing these greens in the tub. This is all crazy.
You got the good eating.
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. As you know, greens comes in many forms. You got collard, you got mustard, and you got bathtub. I hope you guys are not eating bathtub greens. Look, I know there's a lot of old-fashioned styles of cooking that people are just like, y'all don't know anything about cooking. This is how we do it. We do this. Not the bathtub greens. I don't know what secret seasonings you got, but I'm not trying to taste dead skin cells. You got your greens tasting like the ring of the tub, just people's back sweat and bathtub water. I would just use a pot. I don't care if it takes longer. Please just use the pot. And is that soap? Cleaning, you for real cleaning up. You got them soapy bathtub greens, and I'm not coming over. I'm not coming over. I don't just give me the old fashioned way. Some people cook with turkey necks.
Okay, now I'm sorry, but Barack wants us to think that Kabami's like us, and I don't think that was really Kabami, by the way. I was joking. But seriously, that person was clearly mocking her, okay, after she said that she cleans her greens in the bathtub. Girl, nobody does that in real life. Least of all, not black folk. Okay? I'm sorry. Once in the chat if you know any black person who washes their collard greens in the bathtub. Okay, was that really even her? I couldn't really tell. Could have been. I mean, she did say that she's the only person I've ever heard of in the world that said she watches her greens in the tub. But so let's talk about these black men and what they had to say about Obama or no Obama. So likes up, everyone, please like and share. Okay, here we go.
This message goes out to Barry, better known as Barack Hussein Obama, telling me and other black men how we should vote for Kamala Harris. Let me tell you something here. Number one, Kamala did not grow up like me. She grew up in upper middle class. Really, that don't matter. I'm voting on policies, and her policy sucks. So Obama, keep your mouth shut, okay? You're the gatekeeper. You kept the gate on a lot of black people being ignorant. Quite a few of them have awakened to the lies of the Democrat Party. So Barack Hussein Obama, kiss our ass because we voting for Trump.
Well, ouch. That hurt. Not kiss their arse. This is all getting real crazy real quick. Okay, but let's continue because there's even more black men going in on him. Here we go. I mean, they're letting him have it as they should. Who does he think he is? Like, this was the wrong move. If he was trying to get black men to vote for Kabami, the lecturing them and talking to them in a condescending tone was not the way to do it, Barry.
When did we get to the stage in democracy where political parties start to blame voters for not voting for them instead of blaming themselves for not attracting voters? There's a video going around on the internet where Barack Obama is talking to black men about reasons why they're not turning out to vote for Kamala Harris. And in those reasons, he says it's because black men don't want to see a woman as president. After centuries of brothers being mistreated and unalived and incarcerated by law enforcement, how is it their fault that they might not trust someone that was the head of law enforcement in the state of California? You can't blame brothers for not wanting to vote for someone that was the head of a system that has been corrupt and mistreating black men for centuries. She cares so much about brothers and their best interests, then where are the brothers? Even her running mate is a man that looks like he thinks salt is spicy. I mean, even if you want to play identity politics, you can't compare the Obama family to hers. When we saw Obama, we saw a brother that was taking care of his family, supportive of his black woman, and supportive of his black daughters. Black women were able to see themselves in the Obama family. Barack Obama was the type of man that brothers wanted to be. Michelle Obama was the type of sister that sisters wanted to be. Nobody want to be Doug Emhoff and marry a DA. Don't see ourselves represented in her personal life, which we know is going to have an effect on policy. We don't see our interests being protected by someone in law enforcement. I don't blame them. It's not that she's a woman. It's that we don't trust law enforcement, and the identity politics thing is not adding up right.
Yeah, it definitely isn't. Okay. It definitely isn't adding up right. It's like, stop trying to pull the wool over people's eyes, Barry. He wants people to think, or wants the black men to feel as though that everybody's going to think that you just don't want a woman in power, that you're being misogynistic. Okay. That's what he wants these men to feel like everybody's going to be looking at them saying, trying to shame them. But the truth of the matter is, Kamala does not represent any black person ever. She never has. She's not black. And even if she were, as long as she was still spewing the word salad that she spews, as long as she's still doing the same things that she's done, we still wouldn't vote for her. Okay? We still wouldn't. And people should be voting based off of policy. Whatever is in your best interest, not because people are trying to shame you into doing something. Okay, he really messed up. This was a bad move. I'm sorry, but it backfired on you, Barry. It really backfired.
Sorry, Obama, I'm a black man and I'm voting for Donald Trump for president, and there is no amount of lecturing or bullying or shaming that you can do that is going to make me change that decision. I am not afraid to vote for Kamala Harris because she is a woman. I refuse to vote for Kamala Harris because she has spent the last 4 years destroying this country. She has spent the last 4 years throwing up the borders to illegal immigrants. She has spent the last 4 years destroying this economy. We have seen over the past couple of months that she is not fit to be president. She can barely speak. She can't articulate a vision. And actually, she's pretty stupid. And if you think that I, as a black man, am going to let that waltz into the White House, that is going to get my vote because you're lecturing me and you're bullying me, and you may be the surrogate black dad for a lot of fatherless black boys that are running around this country, but I got a dad. I know who he is, and it ain't you. I'm voting for Donald Trump for president. Take it or leave it. Sorry, Obama.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I didn't mean to click off of that. I was busy looking at Support the Arts says Obama is right. Vote Kamala and Tim. Support the Arts, please sit down. Okay, you're always good for a laugh when you come in here with that BS talking about vote for Kamala. Nobody's thinking about her, beloved. Please pay attention. Okay, don't you get it? Don't you get it for once?
I'm Vernon Jones, former state representative from the great state of Georgia. And I'm out doing my normal morning jog. By the way, it's a great day to be in Georgia. It's a beautiful fall day. But anyhow, I just had to pause for the cause. I, like many of you, observed and listened and watched Barack Obama last night as he addressed black men. But as a black man, he did everything but address us. What he did, he berated black men, he rebuked black men, he even scolded black men. Primarily because we will not fall in line and vote for Madam Lock-Up Her Brother, Kamala Harris, because that's her record. As if black men are too stupid that we can't vote our self-interest, what's best for us, our pocketbook, our families. As if we've been immune to the past 3.5 years, as if we don't know that gas prices have been higher under Kamala Harris, food prices higher under Kamala Harris, interest rates on home mortgages higher under Kamala Harris, and runaway borders under Kamala Harris. But you know what? That's what the liberal white Democratic Party did. They dispatched Barack Obama out there to whip black men back on the plantation to vote Democrat. And you know, President Obama, he meant a lot to black people, but he didn't do anything for black people. And for him to want to come down from his mansion in Martha's Vineyard and tell black men how we should vote, really? You don't even live in Chicago anymore. You left your black community, Barack Obama, and you want to tell us how to vote? We're not having that, and we're not voting for Kamala Harris.
So I'm C.J. Pearson, one of the young black men that President Obama yesterday tried to lecture into supporting Kamala Harris just because she, quote, looks like me. Now, guys, I don't know about y'all, but I think that my ancestors fought far too hard for my right to vote in this country for me to support someone just because they look like me. Especially when that person who looks like me doesn't give a damn about me. Kamala Harris, for her entire political career, hasn't done a single thing for Black people.
So how the Citizen of the Year with a nice house and
Okay, so y'all hear it. These brothers are going in, okay? They're not fooling with Barack or Kabami. They're just not. And at the end of the day, the young man who made a very good point when he talked about, when we saw Barack Obama, we saw a Black man and a Black woman, a beautiful Black woman. We were proud of that. They had Black children. We were proud of that. We wanted to see them make it to the White House. Okay. And we thought this is maybe going to be something different. But at the end of the day, Kabami's not that. She doesn't represent us. She can't even relate to us. And all of these foolish things that she does and says, trying to act like she's so down to earth, like she's so down with us. Do you all remember when she was talking to Taraji P. Henson and she said, "Girl, I'm out here in these streets"? Yeah, like she's really out here in these streets. Okay, y'all remember that? And then how she tried to use the Black accent, and then she tried to use the Southern drawl, and then she had a Jamaican accent, and then just days ago at Univision, she had a Latino accent. What's really going on? She's a whole chameleon and clearly fake. That's all I'm saying. But let's continue because it's more to go in on. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Now, this is when I knew it was a wrap because this is the dude from Young Turks. Now, this is when I knew that Barack messed up, okay? This man right here is always down with them. But he even went in and said Barack did the wrong thing, that it was not the right thing to do.
It's one thing for Barack Obama to come out and be this, the person leading the effort to bring Black male voters in. There's logic in that, and there's a reason why they asked him to do it and not someone else, right? But the way that he lectured them, yeah, it was super uncomfortable. It felt like lecturing and shaming. And Nina Turner makes a great point. Oftentimes when Democrats do this, the next stage of this is after they lose the election, then they turn around and blame them and go, yeah, the Black male vote cost us. It's their fault. No, listen to Waz. You have to earn their vote. That sense of entitlement is maddening, okay? But let me show you the numbers as to why this idea that Black males are leaving the Democratic Party because they're sexist is wrong. Because we had another woman run for president against Donald Trump. That was back in 2016, Hillary Clinton. So what was the vote back then? Hillary Clinton won 81% of the Black male vote in 2016. Donald Trump only won 14%. Okay, now how are they doing today? Well, Black male voters who think Harris would make a good president is down to 66%, and percent of Black male voters who think Trump would make a good president is up to 21%. So what happened? Did Black males get more sexist in these last 8 years? No, of course not. It's not about, look, I'm not saying that there's no sexist guys out there that are not gonna vote for a female president. Of course there are, right? Are they largely in the other party? Of course, right? I'm not saying there aren't any Democrats that it affects, but that's not the thing moving these numbers. The thing that's moving these numbers is lack of delivery to this group. And so what are they looking for? Are they looking for extra rights? No, they're looking for the same thing everybody is. Jobs, better paying jobs, higher wages, better health care, and for you to take care of the average American. So that's what they're getting frustrated by.
All right, this is your boy, Big Cat.
Okay, so no lies detected. At the end of the day, here's the thing. The BS needs to stop, okay? Because for one, we are tired of the Democrats, period. And yes, I said Democrats. We're tired of them, period. I have been telling you all for years. I have been done with the Democrats, okay? Now, I may vote for them in local elections, but as far as the presidential race, no, I don't have time for them because all they do is benign neglect. They tell us things and they don't do anything for us, okay? They pander to us with foolishness that's really insulting. If you're a Black person with common sense and any dignity, you would find it absolutely insulting. When they had the strippers come out, okay, back in 2020, talking about get your booties to the polls. That's insulting. As if the only way to get Black men to the polls is to put out half-naked women in front of them. It's insulting. And then they had Saucy Santana and Trina, the rapper, come out talking about no voting, no vucking. So basically trying to tell the black men that if y'all not out here voting, then the women's not going to give y'all none. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is what the Democrats do. Pulling hot sauce out of purses, eating fried chicken, playing the saxophone on Arsenio Hall. I mean, the list goes on and on. All they do is pander to us with stereotypical BS that is very insulting because they don't do that to the other groups. When Kamala was at Univision talking to her crowd of Latinas at the town hall, did she pander to them? Did she come in there wearing a sombrero? Did she come in there, walk out dancing to Gloria Estefan or Selena? But this is what she does. She brought Megan Thee Stallion here to Georgia, okay, and had Megan opening up Megan Hotties for Harris. This is what they do to us. They don't do this to any other group. They don't disparage them. They don't belittle them and demean them and make them feel like this is the foolishness that y'all like. So this is what we got to show you to get your votes. Okay? This is what they do. So please pay attention because at the end of the day, I'm over it. I'm over it with these idiots because that's what the Democratic Party is at this point, just idiots. But hold on, because there's still more people going in on Barack. Hold on, let's get into it. Southwest Houston, Texas said, did she invite Shakira to shake her booty? No. Exactly. Okay. They want to do it to us. They could miss me with it.
This message is for President Obama. First and foremost, you're not going to tell me what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. Number one, I ain't going to vote for Kamala Harris. I think that she's going to make a bad president. She's a bad vice president. Everything she does, she tries to politicize it, and she hasn't shown the fact that she wants to put America first ever. So I'm not voting for that individual. Secondly, I think that it's really sad that you would come out against black men and actually degrade them because they're not picking the person that you want them to vote for. All right. And the last thing that I'm going to say is the moment that I became a Republican and a conservative, that is when I got the most hate from the opposite party. All right. Being that I'm a conservative, being that I'm a Republican, I've always been accepted. For the little bit of time that I may have been liberal, I never heard anything from the Republicans. They never came out and called me slanderous things. They never came out and called me racist things. The only time that I ever started hearing things about my skin color and about, racism or whatever was when I became a Republican. And that was from Democrats that were saying that. So no, I'm not going to be voting for who you want me to vote for. I'm going to do what I want as a man, and I'm going to be the man that I am. So you don't get to say anything.
Okay, so he's absolutely right. This is what the Democrats do. They try to shame people. Listen, the Republicans absolutely don't do this. Okay, if black people don't vote for the Republicans, they don't come out talking trash. They don't blame us if they lose. The Democrats do this. They do it all the time. Let's not forget Joe Biden. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. As if black people owe it to him to vote for him. You see, the Democrats think that they have entitlement to us. They think that we have to vote for them. This is what they literally think. Remember, I keep telling you all, okay, that they said that for 200 years, they'd have black people voting for the Democratic Party. Okay? Lyndon B. Johnson. Isn't that who said it? Said we'd be voting for them for the next 200 years. You see, they think that they run us. All right? That's what they really think. Now, let's go to this next clip. I'm just over it at this point. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Back with another video, and here we go again. Kamala Harris is losing so bad in the polls. Now they done carted out Barack Obama. Now here go Barack Obama. He's literally out here trying to make black men turn on Donald Trump. He's spreading lies the same way the Democrats always do, spread nothing but lies. Now since she's down, I'm guessing now Obama is going to be on a campaign trail trying to convince black men to vote for Kamala Harris. Now he's using these identity politics, trying to say she grew up in the same neighborhood as you. She come from the same background as you. Like, come on with this crap. This woman can't articulate a sentence. She has no plans. It's like, come on. It just don't make any sense at all. And now this man is out here trying to force black men to vote for Kamala Harris and turn on Donald Trump by spreading lies and trying to use that she's black. This woman is not black. She's Indian. But Barack is going to run with that because they're trying to use that to get her voted. They're trying to get her elected, and it just don't make any sense at all. So, like I said, I got two clips I want to show y'all where Obama is trying to convince black men to vote for this woman. On top of that, he's campaigning in Pennsylvania trying to say that, trying to take credit for what Donald Trump did when he was in office, saying that, trying to take Donald Trump's credit. I mean, come on, man, with all the freaking lies. So we got to get this video out here so more people can see how corrupt the Democrats is and how corrupt and a liar Barack Obama is and trying to convince black men to vote for this woman. So please watch the entire video with me. That's the only way to get this video out there. Like I said, hit that like button. Please stay to the end. I know it's going to be hard listening to Barack Obama, but we got to get this message out there to show how corrupt this man is and what he's trying to do to convince black men and pretty much black people in all to turn on Donald Trump. It's not going to work. But like I said, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into it. This is the first clip right here.
Not yet see the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that seems to be more grew up with pain and joy that comes from those experiences.
I mean, that right there just don't make any sense at all. She went to the same colleges as you. She did this with you. Kamala Harris ain't done jack. So let's get to this part right here. Let's get to this one right here next.
It's been one of the most disturbing aspects of this election season about Trump's rise in politics is how we seem to have set aside the values that people like Dan stood for and Bob stood for and that I was taught, and those didn't used to be Republican Democratic values. I mean, it used to be we'd have arguments about tax policy or foreign policy, but we didn't have arguments about whether you should tell the truth or not. We didn't make excuses for people who just violated basic norms of treating people fairly and with respect. I mean, just last week, I talked about this.
First of all, Barack Obama needs to sit down talking about morals and norms and mores and all of that. He needs to tell the truth about Larry Sinclair. How is somebody who was allegedly in the back of a limo getting fellatio and sniffing nose candy going to tell us about morals and values and making excuses and lies? Sorry, Barry, but it's not working. The math ain't mathing, okay? Do we not remember what Larry Sinclair said about Obama? And now Larry Sinclair is conveniently dead? Okay, I'm sorry. Please miss me with it, Barry. That's what you can do. But hold on. Because let me just remind you guys what Nina Turner said about Barack. And she told no lies. All right, likes up, everyone, please like and share. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Ahmadiyyah Shakur. Nina Turner called out former President Barack Obama for trying to go in as if he's lecturing men of my skin tone about voting for Kamala Harris. So let's get into it.
Why are black men being lectured to? Why are black men being belittled in ways that no other voting group? A tour of media to appeal to that. They need to appeal to the needs of the voters. And so when I was a delegate for President Obama in both of his elections in Ohio, right now the vice president is down 11 points in Ohio, even though I fully expect President Trump to take Ohio as he did twice, but to be down 11 points compared to President Biden, that is a problem. But this other issue I want to bring up is a problem too. Why are black men being lectured to? Why are black men being belittled in ways that no other voting group? Now, a lot of love for former President Obama. But for him to single out black men is wrong. And some of the black men that I have talked to have their reasons why they want to vote a different way. And even if some of us may not like that, we have to respect it. So unless President Barack Obama is going to go out and lecture every other group of men from other identity groups, my message for Democrats is don't bring it here to black men who, by and large, don't vote much differently from black women. And what, as a politician, we should be trying to get all voters to vote and holding out there who do care about the stripping away of some of women's bodily autonomy. Obama, it is a wrong course for the Harris-Waltz campaign to lay at the feet of black men when they have their reasons.
I absolutely agree with her sentiments. Okay, no lies detected. And it isn't just Obama. It's people who look like me who are for Kamala Harris going against the people that look like me that are not for her, as if we owe something to the Democrats or owe something to her. At the end of the day, no one, in my opinion, should be getting upset about whom anyone else chooses to vote for, because everyone has the right to vote for whomever they choose. And all of these people that are being so forceful, trying to force their opinions on other people and trying to go in on other people, they really need to stop, because that is not a good look. It's very divisive. And at the end of the day, that's why people are now calling them Blue MAGA. Please pay attention. And that's because some of the same things they say about 45 supporters are some of the same things that Kamala supporters are doing. Okay, please pay attention. The bottom line is, if they want to get people who are not for Kamala Harris to support her and possibly vote for her, well, there's better ways to do it than trying to shame people, because that never works. Okay, at least of all, not with people who look like me. Please pay attention. Okay, no lies detected, honey. At the end of the day, no lies detected. Support the arts. Please sit down talking about Kamala 2024. Listen. The bottom line is, I agree with the sentiments of all of those black men who spoke. I have been telling you guys about the Democrats, how they never do anything. For years, I've been telling you this. Okay? I have been telling you this for years. And they can miss us with it and trying to say that these black men are being misogynist, because honestly, in 2016, I voted for Hillary. I voted for Hillary in 2016. And of course, that's before I found out about those nefarious emails. Okay? But so it doesn't have anything to do with the fact that Kabami's a woman. It's just the fact that black men don't trust her, and nor should they. And it's also a lot to do with the fact that she told us blatantly to our faces that she's not doing anything specifically for us. And for the foolish Negroes who say that she doesn't have to do anything for us, or that she can't admit that she's going to do something specifically for us, here's what I'll say to you. If she can't do anything specifically for us, and she can't even say that she can or will, then why did she do things for other groups of people? Why did she do things for other groups of people at the end of the day? Okay. And why is it that she never mentions black people separately, but she mentions other people? Think about when they asked her about Trump needing more Secret Service after the 2 attempted assassinations. Do you think Trump feels safe? Do you think he needs more security or Secret Service? She said, well, the migrants don't have, everybody can't have Secret Service. The migrants can't have Secret Service protection. LGBTQ can't have Secret Service protection. Did she say black people can't have it? She didn't even think about black people. We're not even a figment of her imagination until it's time for elections. That's when she comes out. At the end of the day, Support the Arts said, how will you feel if Trump gets elected? I feel the same way I feel right now, that I got to do what I got to do. Okay? I'm still going to have to work and pay bills. I'm still going to have to do everything I have to do. At the end of the day, whoever gets in office is not going to dictate the narrative of my life. But the bottom line is, don't try to fool us. Okay? Don't insult our intelligence and act like this woman is something that she's not. Okay? This woman is not black. Please stop trying to pass her off as one of us. That's the problem. One of the problems I have with Kabami Harris. The second problem I have with Kabami Harris is all the things that she did when she was the attorney general and when she was the prosecutor. Okay? To black people. All right. And then she laughed about it. And also the fact that she's just a liar who lies. And also the fact that she's a whole idiot. She can't string together a sentence. She had to have people in her ear telling her what to say, allegedly. We heard her on that Zoom call that I showed you guys when she said she put her hands in front of her mouth so nobody could read her lips, and she said live broadcast. Who the hell is she talking to? She wasn't talking to the people that were sitting there on the panel with her. Who is she talking to? Somebody in her ear. That's who she's talking to. So no, I don't respect her. And then when 60 Minutes changed her interview answer, so they have to edit her answer because she was using so much, spewing so much word salad. I don't want her in office. She will not get any respect from the men around the world who run other countries. They're not going to respect her. Look at her. Listen to her. Okay? Just because she went to college doesn't mean she's highly educated. I keep telling y'all that. Okay? She could be like many of the other people who, when I was in college, I did their work. They had smarter people do their work, so they made A's and B's. So that doesn't mean anything to me. Now, Mike Lewis says they think that if they just insult and disrespect black men more, that it will whip us into submission. All it did was push me further away. Exactly. Exactly, beloved. And thank you for your insight into the topic and your contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings. That's exactly what they did. This whole thing backfired on them. You see, this is the age of Aquarius. The truth is coming out. Things are being revealed. The cloud is lifting. Okay, the smoke screen is vanishing. People are starting to see the truth and unplug from the matrix. At the end of the day, they just can't fool us like that anymore. Now, they can fool some of us, but they can't fool the majority of us. Y'all see all these black men coming and speaking out. Y'all see all the black women coming and speaking out. Now, here's the thing. If Kabami was so black, right? If she was such a black person, where's the proof? Where's the proof that she's black? They can't ever pull out any proof and receipts. We already know she lied about that lady who she said was her black grandmother. We know what her real grandmother looks like and don't look like me. So she's a liar. That's one of the biggest frauds ever, to say that you're something that you're not. Like, lady, do you really think you're going to get away with this? At the end of the day, this is all crazy. Okay, and so with that all being said, I'm telling you right now, Barack needs to sit down somewhere because all he did was make a fool of himself, and he made it bad. He made it even worse for Kamala, because after he did all that, look at how many people are coming out going in on her now. Look at how many people are coming out going in on him. Nobody was already respecting him. Most of us weren't, because he didn't do anything for us. Okay, we were all hyped about him, and he got right in there and didn't do a darn thing for us. Who did he do things for? The police, LGBTQ. He didn't do anything for black people. He could have given us an anti-black hate crime bill. He didn't do it. Kabami didn't do it. Biden didn't do it. Okay, Trump didn't do it. None of them did it. But the bottom line is, you're the one, Barack Obama, coming out here trying to shame people and acting like we owe something to the Democratic Party as a whole and the collective. And this is what they always do. Like I told you, the minute Biden came out and said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, that should have told us everything we needed to know about the Democratic Party. Because he wasn't just speaking for himself, he was speaking for all of them. He was speaking for all of them. And also, let's not forget the leaked audio when Biden was going in on the civil rights people. Y'all remember that leaked footage about 4 years ago? That's how you talk to people behind closed doors. So at the end of the day, I just have a problem with the whole thing. I don't want someone who lied their way into office, who's not qualified for the job, because to me, she's not qualified. She may have been the VP for 3.5 years, but what has she really done? And the VP doesn't even have a really hard job. Doesn't even really have a hard job. What do we ever hear about the VPs really even doing? But what we didn't hear was about her going to the border and doing something about the whole immigration crisis. And then she flip-flops on all of these topics and all of these policies. She was against fracking, wanted to ban fracking. Now she's for it. But this is the same woman who filed a lawsuit against Obama, okay, because she wanted to ban fracking. She filed a lawsuit against you, Barry, and now you're defending her? Now, y'all make that make sense. She literally filed a lawsuit against this man, and now he's up here defending her. These people need to sit down somewhere, because they all are nothing but a pack of liars and a den of thieves. And I'm not falling for the BS, and you shouldn't fall for it either. Whomever you vote for, let it be someone who has your best interest in mind. Whatever their policies are, align with yours. But don't just vote for somebody because of the way they look. Don't just vote for somebody because somebody's trying to pressure you and shame you and make you feel bad if you don't. Now they've added Barack into the mix. We already had D.L. Hughley. We had enough of him. Ricky Smiley. We had enough of him. Steve Harvey, Roland Martin. Okay? At the end of the day. And now they want to send Barry out to try to get us all in check, specifically black men. Why didn't he go and point his finger in the faces of those white men and talk to them like that? Why did he do that? He didn't do it. Because here's the thing. If he wants to say that this is likely because of misogyny that these black men don't want to vote for her, well, why didn't he address all men? Why did he specifically say, I want to specifically address the brothers? So he singled them out and then made an accusation. That's what he did. And then said, this is what I'm starting to think. Nobody gives a damn what you think, Barack Obama. You need to sit down somewhere, okay? Because he was probably just enjoying himself with his boyfriend and just having a good old time. And then he got that phone call telling him, say, listen, Kabami's not doing so good on the campaign trail. We need you right now. You got to go out here and talk to these black men because she's falling fast. She's already down by 11% in Ohio. You got to get out there and say something. Whip these black men into shape. Shame them if you have to. Tell them that they're being misogynistic. Tell them that the world is watching. Tell them that they can't do this to a black woman. Tell them that how the black woman is the backbone. Now you want to come and tell us all this? So crazy. At the end of the day, Mike Lewis says Candace Owens is up in Kabami's ace. Yeah, she is. Exposing her for filth. And I don't even like Candace. But she's not telling any lies about Kabami. Like I always tell you guys, even a broken clock is right at least twice a day. Okay? So with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I want to thank you all for tuning in. All right. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Please like and share the video. And I'll be back tomorrow. But at the end of the day, listen. The Democrats are desperate at this point. The Democrats are very desperate at this point, and I wouldn't put anything past them. Okay? I wouldn't put anything past them. All right? They might do anything, expect anything from the Democrats at this point. They might invoke the 25th Amendment and go ahead and say Biden's unfit for office or this and that's going on with Biden, so now we got to put Kamala in. They might do anything at the end of the day because they're desperate. They're pulling out every stop and none of it's working. That's the problem. They're pulling out all this stuff and none of it's working. And also, it's important to note that every time Kabami does an interview, every time she's doing an interview and she gets stuck on a question or she's asked a serious question where she can't just laugh and cackle, she always brings up Trump. What Trump isn't doing. Don't tell us what Trump isn't doing. Tell us what you're going to do. And tell us what the hell you've been doing for the last 3.5 years and why all these illegal immigrants are coming over here and they're getting all these damn benefits. And then people who look like me and other people who are citizens of this country, they're not getting anything. Make that make sense. Okay? Make that right. Register when the monitor goes out. Okay, so anyway, with that all been said, listen, I love you all to life. I hope you all enjoy the rest of this evening. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Until next time, peace.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I Got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got